going on. You can reminisce, but you cannot relive. So what do I mean by that? You can try so hard to reenact or try to insinuate your past, but it will never come to fruition. You can only reminisce about the prior things. So as I come of age, I start to notice that more. And why is that? I have no clue. There's no reason to just sit down and ponder every day and do not act on it. Because if you don't act on it, there's no point of the thought. There's no point of having any deep intellectual thoughts if you do not act on them. You can speak for years on years and still not do anything. What is the point? So as I see it, I see a lot of individuals that are way more intelligent than me, that have better thoughts, right? Not by comparison, just by simply fact. And I see they do nothing with it. So why do it? A lot of people do these things just to be better than somebody else. Sometimes it doesn't correlate, but usually it does. So what does that mean for you? You know? I come here almost every day, not yap, but console you on a different topic to reach out. But for some reason, I usually just stop at a point that's very uplifting, you know? Some positive words of affirmation or something positive to end on off. But sometimes it's not good to be negative, but today it might end on not really a bad note, but a okay spot. So I'm wondering if it's really worth it. But I do that all the time. But what I mean by that is, like, is it really worth it to go on even though you're not getting noticed? That's why people say do good even when nobody's noticing or nobody's watching. But like, then what's the point of that, you know? I'm not saying go out your way and just be evil, but at least try to get noticed. That's why I say attention is a real key thing when it comes to anything. This is a different spot I'm gonna place y'all on. Pretty good. I don't want to hold y'all for the rest of the video because I got a bad shoulder. I want to show you one of my favorite family members. This is the first time he's ever going to be introduced in a video, and probably the last. So, give a warm welcome to my main one, my main dog. Deuce, come here, boy. Right here. It's my pride and joy. Deuce, but in Korean, his name is Deuce. It's a great individual, The reason I want to show you that because, you know, you got to know that I got regular things in my day-to-day life. I got a dog, you know, I got family members. So it don't seem like I'm just a random kid yapping to you on a cam. That's my favorite homeboy right there. He understands me. Doesn't really talk that much. But today, there's no really topic we're going to be talking about. I'm not going to be yapping, but it's not really a topic we're focusing on. Not anything main. We just little updates, you know. There's nothing wrong with being transparent, but like, it gets to a point where you want attention, but at the same time, you don't want your full identity to be out there. That's why people make these personas, you know? So, my main thought is, where is this going to take me? And what I mean by that, I don't want to be stuck on this one category, you know. I don't want to be, just known as, oh, he just talks to a phone all day. But I used to have this thought where, oh, I gotta have a plan before I do, or it's not gonna work out. And that's why everything was being postponed so far back. I wasn't really doing anything. I was just thinking, planning, planning. So with that, I was like, I don't got that many things going on, but in my mind I do. So I was like, okay, I might have to take a hiatus on anything that's doing with athletics and academics so I can really focus on this. But it might backfire in my face, so I don't know. So we're still going to be doing our own type of studying, you know? Because it doesn't really matter what you know, it's what you can do, you know? Because you can have all these, matter of fact, let me not diminish the college education, but you can have a lot of accolades, but they're just simply handouts, not like precipitation or something like that. What is it? What's the accolade that people just get? Like you just being there, like you're not participating, but you're just being there and you get an accolade for attendance. I guess I don't. I feel like you knowing how to do something instead of just putting it on paper is way different. Like you going like hands on and you can do it, and saying, "Oh, I have a paper that says I can do it, but I haven't done it in years." It's different. So, because people think once you learn that skill, you don't have to relearn it, bro. Your mind is finite, man. It can keep on evolving, but you can also lose a lot of your knowledge. So you gotta keep on revisiting it. You know, I think that's what people get misconstrued. Like you think because you learn something, you're just gonna know it forever. It's not like that, bro. I put it in sports terms. Like imagine you just stop playing basketball for a week and you hop back on the court. You feel butt. You feel you feel sloppy. You feel lazy. You feel like you don't really get the grasp. You gotta reboot. You know, you gotta get a little comfortable with it. You know. So with that in mind, I have to come to the terms that I gotta revisit some of the topics that I'm kind of weak on because usually I'm by myself, just thinking, jotting down notes and a couple songs. But I feel like it's not really doing anything. You know, wasting time. It's getting close to that time where I have to figure out what I truly want. But that's why you gotta light a fire under your own butt. You know, not just set schedules or times, but be like, oh, I gotta do this, or I'm not gonna be able to do this. You know. But I feel like when you change the verbiage of things, it feels better. Be like, oh, I gotta do this. No, you can be like, I get to do this. But don't use it in a way like, oh, I get to work. Oh, I get to eat. No, like use it in a positive mindset to the point where, well, if I get to do this, so that means I also get to earn that. You know. So as I say that, and I go throughout the day thinking, I wonder which video is going to have the most essence to it, where it doesn't just get on the recommended page, but it gets to a lot of youth that connects with me in the same way I'm speaking, to the point where it sends it to a trajectory that's high enough, you know? Because as I said, this is not the only thing I will be doing. I just feel like I need a different route. Because if I went straight to music, I feel like it'll be noticeable, but not to the extent I wanted at. Because as I said, music in the industry is very saturated. So I can't just drop some generic music with an instrumental that I got from YouTube and call it a day, because that's not gonna do anything. You need publicity. You need marketing. You need networking, stuff like that. But it's not the only thing that I really think is necessary. People say, "Oh, you need a network. You need a network. This, that, and the third." Yeah, that's true and all, but is it really gonna help you in the long run? I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna need one video to blow up, but also when it comes to music, I need one to blow up to the point where I have companies looking out, like they're, oh, I wanna get him on a deal, but not on the 360 deal, because I feel like that's not even selling your soul, but like I feel it's kind of idiotic. I see myself in the future of creating art and music to the point where I am not just another employee, but I am a partnership with the company that wants me to make music. Like, because I feel like once they give you an advance on your money, like say you got like $1 million deal, but you gotta make this amount of albums. If those albums don't hit those like direct sales they're looking for, that quota, you owe them a bunch of money. So I'd rather be a partner than a slave. But I feel like that's simple. People know that already. But I have these ideas that I feel like everybody has. It's just I'm not putting it out there. It's always a feeling or what I think or what I like. It's gotta be I know. So what's up with that? Why do I not know what I'm supposed to be doing? You know what I'm saying? But I feel like it's gonna work out, but I'm just impatient. I'm an impatient person, as you can tell. So being consistent, being persistent, back-to-back videos or music will help. But at the same time, the one thing I'm very prideful and I hate handouts. They're not handouts, but people helping me. But oh, let me publish your stuff. No, I want to do the natural. For me, I know it sounds dumb, but for me, a natural way to get my content or my music out there, right, is just me just going back and forth, stuff like that. And I'm not really sending it out over there because how people mainly do it is they get multiple social media platforms and they plaster all their other social medias on each one individually and they post their content. It's, yeah, because everything's so ubiquitous, it's a lot. So with that in mind, it's saturated, just like the music industry. Everything's saturated. So I feel like I'm gonna just be another content creator you're gonna swipe on, be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I need my dopamine levels to rise up a little bit more. Let me find something else that really connects with me. It's not just me being the next big thing. It's to me being the next innovator. At the same time, I want to be a revolutionary, but I feel like I don't have enough power for that. So that's gonna be way farther. That's when I'm dumb old if I make it. Not like that, but like, never, because words do hold power, so I'm not gonna wish that upon me. I just want to make it to an age to the point where my name is known around the world, not just one country. But how am I gonna do that if I don't sell out? What's up, Deuce? How do I do that if I don't sell out? And selling out can mean many things. But for me, I feel like doing publicity for different companies that I don't really even like that. That's why I hate this word. I gotta make my own brand. But something that's not generic and old, I need something that's revised, something that's different. Because that's like me getting a hoodie like this, plastering a brand on it, and then, I don't know, putting a flower on the back and then call it my brand. It has no essence. It has no meaning. It's pretty dumb. So we gotta do something different. You know what I'm saying? You gotta figure it out. You gotta be creative. But I feel like if you force creativity, it's not really real. You just gotta come up to you on a whim. I got a couple brand ideas, but I haven't really acted on it because I don't know where it's gonna go. Also, what I'm starting to see, I need funds, bro. I need funds. Like, what are you gonna do with no funds? You know what I'm saying? You can't do anything. Financially, I'm set, But it was to a point when I was younger, I was just living off my parents, but that's what every kid does. But I had my own. I felt kind of groomed because I was paying for my own stuff, just down the third. I had a little under-table job, stuff like that. It wasn't even a job. It was just me being on the phone talking, But I was so prideful. I'd be like, oh, I don't want to work for nobody. I don't want to feel like I'm a slave. But at the same time, that's how the world goes around. So everybody's story is different. You hear so many stories about these artists and how they go, be like, oh, I never worked a real job in my life, you know what I'm saying? I was selling it, or I was doing this, that, and third. I was stealing. I don't want that to be me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure I'm a well-off young adult, you know? I'm not, don't want to expose that, but I'm not that type of individual that try to fake like he's about that life, you know? But at the same time, I'm not no goody two shoes. So I think that's pretty evident how I speak. Oh, but what's the next step? You know. But what I used to do, cause actually I went back and I saw a couple of my old videos. Like when I was way younger, I didn't post. That was like on this old social media platform called Snapchat. I was doing a lot of videos in my old neighborhood, and it was pretty funny. I ain't gonna lie, it was pretty funny. I might drop those later on. They were like little skits and stuff. Like I feel like I was doing it, I just stopped for some reason. You know, I don't know. Did I get caught in school? I couldn't really tell. But every video is not supposed to be about me just yap about my life, right? But it's probably gonna be like that for a hot little minute because I don't got an audience yet, you know? The audience is not there. Dude, you are just an interesting looking creature, you know that? It's the audience is not there. So, but in my mind, I'm like, why am I quitting the things I love? Why am I taking a hiatus on collegiate football? Why am I stopping doing gymnastics and stuff like that? Why am I stopping to do that? Because it's not a feeling, it's not a gut feeling, but I just know this is way better than what I could be doing. Because I was like, oh, I can play football. Then I can start speaking, start using my name and likeness to get my name out there, and NILs and stuff like that. But at the same time, I don't think it's a useful word for my effort, you know? It's not really useful. But once I figure it out, just know you're gonna be there for the ride. Is it worth it? It will be. Just an impatient fellow. Ain't that right, Deuce? Impatient fellow, man. So, doing this kind of early, I'm starting to... So, the drop, like, when I drop content, it's still going to be at night. You know, I'm still dropping content at night. It's just, I might record the video way earlier than what it's supposed to be. So, the video might drop at night, but the video is going to be in the afternoon or the morning. Mainly because I got human things to tend to, so if I was just unemployed and a bum, I could just like post any day. But it's, you know, I wish I could do that, low-key. So I could just make multiple videos. Oh, one thing I forgot to tell you. If, you know, you're a consistent watcher, you know that I have a quota. 25 videos. It's not before the end of the month, but I want 25 videos before I start changing content. I think right now we're at like, what, 20 or 19. So we got like 5 more videos to do. So in the up and coming days, I might start doing double uploads. Same fit too, so they won't be part 2s, but they'll just be different things. So yeah, that's coming up, you know. But I just can't wait. Like, I don't know. I just got this vision, you know. Let me sit down with y'all, man. Let me sit down with y'all. Where can I put y'all? All right. So listen. What's up, dudes? What's up, gang? I got this vision that these videos will not only be bookmarks, but there'll be like, oh, what are you finna be doing in the next couple years, yada, yada, yada. I don't want to be a generic person that's known literally, you know? It's not even wanting to be a celebrity or mini popular. It's wanting to be well known around the world. Hey, high dreams, high mistakes. So, how am I gonna do that? You might ask. Shoot, I don't even know, son. I don't even know. But bro, listen, I feel like it's gonna work out. But patience is key. Me being patient and you watching could really help. Also, we gotta start hitting a quota, all right? So, what that basically means is, I know it sucks. I found it very corny to say this, but tell your friends to go sub up, man, and hit the like button, so I can push my videos out to hit more people my age and the youth. I hate saying that though, cause like, once again, it's kind of, it's not corny, cause I said we don't say corny, but it's like, I don't know, I get chills when I say it. It feels kind of weird to say. But it's a new thing though, you know? It's like when your nerves, when you're shaking because you're doing like a workout you never used to, that's your nerves getting used to it, you know? So, yeah. What's also? Oh, my shoulder's getting better. My spine's getting better. In a couple weeks, I might, yeah, we're not doing get readies with me. We've been over this. We don't do get readies. We don't do Q&As. We don't do none of that. We don't do 20v1s. We're in our own category that's not made in YouTube yet. But the category they put us in is spiritual commentary and self-improvement. I guess, but at the same time, it's not what I'm really aiming for, you know what I'm saying? So like, why put me in that category? We don't know. We're figuring it out. We're figuring it out. Just we gotta figure out what are we really looking for. We got the plan. We got the things. I only tell the camera half of my plans because nobody's really listening right now. But we'll figure it out. But the overthinking has stopped, so that's pretty good, you know? I used to, like, delete each video because I stutter or I'll mispronounce a word or my accent comes out. But now that I'm a little bit older, it's good to worry about those things so your video comes off more easy to digest. But at the same time, you can't worry about everything. So, we're gonna cut the video short, man. Oh. Listen, we're cutting the video short because, as you can see, I'm tired, and I don't want to start going on because I gotta start doing double uploads, you know. Oh, about the PT, it's going good. Shoulders, you know. My rotator cuff is nice and healthy, nothing dislocated, no muscle spasms. It just, my arm's pretty weak right now. But we're gonna start throwing objects like a football. I might record it. I might get a friend to record it. I don't know, and show you that I am not just an average athlete. I am the top percentile. Okay, that's a little bit glazed, but I'm up there. It's just I wasn't genetically gifted. I was gifted with the talent, just not the stature, if you catch my drift. So I am so blessed to come on here and say my grievances, but today I'm gonna have to cut it short, and I really rock with y'all.